Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We're hopping back into Goku's Story Edition of Red Zone because we have the Power Beyond a Super Saiyan category mission to complete where we only need 5. So not a full category team. However, I do think this mission will be fairly easy to do. But let me know how you found it down in the comments and let's hop into it. Okay, so here we are. We already have one of my rotations kind of set up. I mean, I say kind of set up. It means the Super Saiyan 4s are here because we got dual gods. Because I couldn't really put together a Power Beyond a Super Saiyan category team that falls under 220. Just doesn't exist right now, naturally. But that's fine. They've got 77% damage reduction and guard, so I'm not worried. Yeah, 28 damage. It's all good. But considering I've now done this event, I can actually take the look at the numbers these enemies are putting out. So Bergamo's doing 420k attack. He does 1.176 million on super, which I don't think I have to worry about with anyone here. But he does raise his attack by 30%. So once he super attacks you, which he's already done, that 420 he has on normals is going to go up. But regardless, I don't think any unit here is going to have to worry about that whatsoever. Does also have 3% attack received and defense plus 3% attack with each attack received up to 1000%, which I already knew existed because I checked it on the enemy icon at the top where the health is, I think during the first run. And I'm not going to lie, while that does seem dangerous, do you know what I mean? While that's a ton of extra attack and defense to get, especially on top of 1.176 mil on a super, and even a 30% attack raise on super, let's be real. Let's be real. While a ton of units do super attack multiple times, you're not going to be in this first phase long enough for that 1000% or even part of it to kick in and even become a danger. So that's nothing to worry about. I do want Broly on this rotation. So I think while we're waiting for him, he's actually stronger. I mean, I think they're pretty much the same. They are pretty much the same. Well, I'm going to be selfish and I'm going to let mine get the most orbs. Actually, it doesn't... To be fair, it doesn't really matter. I know a lot of these int orbs could just go to Gohan instead. But I mean, he's fine. It's only the first phase. Bergamo's not doing enough. So I'll take the full 24 key with both gods. That means they can super attack and stack up as much as they both possibly can. So that's actually a pretty good start. But while I'm waiting for Broly to come onto this rotation, I will let one of the gods just stay here for the time being, just so we can get those stacks in before we do float them off. Because, of course, while they're floating, we will have to miss out on a stack. So, kind of makes sense for us to do this. So, that's all good for us. Mine are still going, of course. That's that 20 key kicking in. And then, do you know what? This is kind of bullying. Because then we're going to have the friend gods kick in. And they're going to super attack about 4 or 5 times as well. So, I mean, Bergamo's getting stronger every single time we hit him. But, I mean, not that we're going to have to worry about anything. See, this is going to do even more damage now. Because, of course, he's actually got some links active. They've actually got some links going. And, I mean, at least with in SSBE floating, at least every other turn or so, we can trigger, like, warrior gods, godly power, those kind of links. Which I'm not going to lie. They're 2 massive links to miss out on. But the funny thing is, with how quickly you can stack up with the gods, they don't even need it. I mean, it would be nice to have it active, do not get me wrong. But it's funny because they don't need it. They're that good, they're that strong, especially once you transform them and stack them enough. They don't need it. Especially when Gogeta's support does exist. I mean, we're not, of course, going to get it active here because we can't run a Gogeta, unfortunately. This isn't going to do anything. We're talking 77% damage reduction and guard with, what, 4 stacks? Yeah, 30 damage. 30 damage. Nothing to worry about. Get that shit out of here, man. Get it out of here. Moving on. So we have Kale. What was Kale doing? So Kale does 500k on a normal, 1.4 mil on a super attack. Again, nothing to worry about. This is why these first few phases were so easy to do. 50% extra attack on super. I mean, now that is noticeable, but again, by the time we've built up here, that's just, it just doesn't matter. And then she reduces damage below a certain point to 0. I think I already knew she did that. And then she gets 30% extra attack with each turn passed. I mean, again, it's just, don't get me wrong, those are pretty good buffs. Like, it all adds up, do you know what I mean? But I think by the time, like, she doesn't have enough HP. She has 3 bars. And with the type of damage dealers we have, we're done too quickly for any of those extra buffs to mean anything. That's cool. 304k damage, I'll take that. I know I could have dropped that down for Broly, but I want Broly on the other rotation, so had to be done. And it does mean that the Super Saiyan 4s can have their Saiyan Raw and the support eventually when we get Carnival LSJ4 Goku transformed. It means we can have that for 1 turn before we start floating them. Because on this rotation, we're going to have the Super Saiyan 4s and we're going to have the gods. So it makes sense. It makes sense. You know, they're both stackers. We might as well. As much as it pains me to take Carnival LSJ4 Goku off this rotation, it just makes sense. Especially because then we can also spread the Power Beyond a Super Saiyan support across both rotations, which the entire team is. So everyone is going to be getting that 70% defense, that 10% damage reduction. It's going to be there for everyone to enjoy. So, as I said, as much as it does pain me to break this rotation up, they're so good together. They work so well together. It's like your favorite celebrity couple breaking up. Or like one of your boys breaking up and you're like, oh my god, they were together for like 10 years. Oh, what's happened? While it pains me to do that, we got to do what we got to do. Right, we're not going to be doing any of those active skills because it's just way too early. I mean, mine actually have more. Mine have more in terms of attack. The friends one have more in terms of defense. So do you know what? Just because they have a little bit extra, I'll let them stay here. I will let them stay here. I won't be petty. I won't be petty. And be like, no, mine are staying here. I'll let them stay here. Oh, they could pull out some dodge. Yeah, 100% you could pull out some dodge. It's funny because we haven't struggled for orbs. I say struggled. It's not really struggled, but we haven't struggled to get the full 20 key additionals with either of them. Literally, they've both been on the same rotation for 2 turns now. And we've got both units 24 key, 2 turns running. Which means they get all of their guaranteed additionals for having 20 or more key. It's a shame mine aren't really going to get to stack up though. So maybe I shouldn't have given them all of these orbs to get that, because mine need to stack up more because they're gonna disappear for a little bit. So maybe I should have done that instead, but I mean, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, Jeet shouldn't do enough damage. I mean, or he could crit. Or he could crit. He could crit again on a normal. He could crit again on the second normal. I mean, it's not many, but it's 1. It's 1 stack, right? It's better than nothing. It is better than nothing. To be fair, my gods are rainbowed, whereas my SSJ4s aren't, so you know, they don't need it as much. So what does Kefla do? I don't actually really remember this phase at all, because we kind of just blitzed through until we got to Jiren. So she does 820 on a normal, 2.296 on a super attack. She buffs attack and defense by 30% on super, and she's an orb changer. So yeah, she just really isn't doing too much for me to be concerned or worried about her. We got the Great Ape out. We're going Unga Bunga. So that tech type advantage you do have is going to mean absolutely nothing. And so is that super attack. What a waste. Get that shit out of here, man. And we can do some solid crits. We can do some solid crits. Obviously, it's not going to drop our HP down too much. But it's going to do a solid amount of damage to Kefla. Yeah, 890 on a crit. I'll take it. I'll take it. What, we're going to be able to do like a bar worth of damage, I think? Maybe. I mean, if we get lucky with additionals, then we're going to do more. Use flamethrower! Use flamethrower again! Now! Yeah, pretty much just a bar and a bit worth of damage. I'll take it. I'll take it. Grandpa, holy shit, you're a giant ape and you're golden. What the fuck is going on? Put my tears on you and it's gonna transform you back to normal, like some Cinderella type shit. Peak is here. Peak is here. Chest out. Furry all over. Let's go. Because I'm pretty strong this time around. Right, the SJ4s still have God, so they're just going to stay in slot 1. They have 5.16 million attack and 100, not 100, definitely not 100. 1.9 mil defense. And we're getting 24 key. Don't worry, Gohan. All of those int orbs are for you. And let's not forget as well, Gohan is also getting the 70% defense and 10% damage reduction. And then, as I said, eventually when we float Carnival LSJ4 Goku, every other turn or so, everyone on rotation is going to get buffed by that. I really wish I could run both. I really wish I could run 2 Carnival LSJ4 Gokus on a team like this. But of course, he's only limited to Giant Ape power, but that would have been nice. Just two of them floating, just constantly feeding the team with very good support. Would have been sick. It's all good. It's not like we need it, because right now we are breezing. We are breezing. We are strolling. We're frolicking through the fields. Oh, really? Couldn't do an additional super? Had to be a basic bitch normal? Really? 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 It's an extra stack we've missed out on. Gosh. I've noticed, and again, I say this all the time, the Dokkan dev who is in charge of my dial when it comes to additional supers, dodge, etc., etc., RNG on summons. I mean, they're all on RNG, but you know what I mean. They must honestly just sit there turning it back and forth. Because I don't think I've ever got the full amount of additionals. Well, I say full. Basically, the hidden potential system additional prop all that often with the year 7 gods or SSJ4s. I mean, I probably have, but I haven't noticed. But I don't think I've got it too often. You know, do you know what I mean? It would be nice, you know. It just would be nice. I mean, we're gonna transform you because we need to. Although, do you know what? I'm gonna squeeze an extra stack out of these two because again, they have their guard. So, you know, we might as well. And it's not like we're going to move on to Broly. And he's going to get us killed in anything in slot 2 while he doesn't have guard. So, we might as well. Cool. Get out of here with that weak shit. Now get clocked with 16.4 mil. Now get clocked with 16.4 mil. See, the only time not having, like, Warrior Gods and Godly Power active is only kind of noticeable when they're not transformed. Don't get me wrong, they still put out very good numbers. Let's not get it twisted for a second, but it's only noticeable pre-transformation. But I'll take a double stack off of them. I thought I only managed to squeeze in 1. So, base Jiren. Of course, he character locks. Who have you character locked? Do you know what? That's perfect, because that's who I was going to rotate off anyway. So you feel stupid. Get out of here. So, 1.4 on a normal, 3.92 on a super. So, I'm not gonna lie, Jiren has some damage, but I mean, when you're running the best units in the game, it's not overly noticeable, is it? He does get a 50% attack raise on super, does have guaranteed seal. I forgot he seals, you know. And he does reduce damage below a certain point to 0. See, I could go for the dodge with these two. However, I could just straight up counter his super attack and we don't get sealed whatsoever. And again, we counter it. So I think I'm going to go for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in slot 1. As much as I want to leave him in slot 2 because of Saiyan Raw. Like, look how much his attack jumps up by. 41 mil. To then 52. But then just in case, you know, at least we do have the defense and type advantage to kind of back up Gogeta. So I am going to let him go in slot 1. I am going to miss out on Saiyan Raw, which is so jarring. But you got to do what you gotta do. But please, counter that shit. The AoE should be fine. There we go, there's the dodge. I don't mind taking that on you. Counter it. Yes! That's why I put you in slot 1. Get out of it. Get absolutely walloped. 42 mil crit on a counter is absolutely absurd. Absurd. See, it's unfortunate because all of these super attacks will be doing way more damage with Saiyan Roar active. Way more damage, but it's all good. We got the counter. It's exactly what I was looking for. The counter. Really? Additional normals? I don't want to be seeing that shit. Super attacks only. Super attacks only. I mean, at least these two can super attack like 6 million times. So, you know, it's all good. And we've got crits coming along the way. So that type of disadvantage they have ain't going to mean shit. This is how the Tournament of Power should have gone. Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta should have absolutely mollywhopped Jiren. Now, I just want to say, I don't think that's how literally it should have played out. But this is how it could have played out. If certain events were done differently, this is how it could have ended. Jiren getting absolutely smoked by Goku and Vegeta alone. But then we would have missed out on one of the coldest moments in Super and Dragon Ball as a whole, which is the whole Goku and Frieza moment. So, do you know what? Don't really mind how it played out. Probably turned out for the best. Yep, you can hold that additional. Perfect, because I'm pretty strong this time around. I'm a little stronger than I was before. Can't you hear the gravel in my voice, Jiren? Can't you hear it? Can you see my fluffy chest and tail? Do you know what? I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Right, let's get you transformed. I don't know how Gohan's gonna be on the AoE. Because I don't know how much the AoE should be doing 1.4 mil. I don't know. Is Gohan okay on the AoE? I hope so. I mean, to be fair, Gohan doesn't have his dodge. I don't know, you know. Because Gohan doesn't really have anything else to back himself up. And the AoE is in slot 1. So, I'm not going to lie. I might use this active skill just to see if I can get the KO before we use the AoE or before Jiren uses the AoE. Because I don't know if Gohan's okay pre-super. I'm going to do it just in case. I mean, we do have another one in our back pocket. It actually didn't do anywhere near enough. But doesn't, hold on a minute. I could have sworn, it's been a while. It has been a while. The gods get... The gods can disable enemy action on the active skill. So maybe we just completely disabled the AoE. We definitely didn't disable the super attack. Jesus Christ. Broly good? Oh yeah, Broly good. Okay, we didn't get rid of that. Is Gohan okay? Oh, he's fine. Oh, I didn't need to use the active skill at all. I mean, I was being extra cautious. I mean, that's cool. That's fine. That's fine. As I said, we still have my God's active skill in the back pocket. Now, that would have been way more useful against Jiren's next phase because Jiren's AGL, so that type of fight would have gone crazy. But I don't know, I just thought maybe that AoE is going to hit Gohan for way too much damage. I mean, it is what it is, do you know what I mean? It gets us through this phase a bit quicker. So we should automatically be in full power Jiren literally next time. I don't know, man. As I said, we got another one. We've even got Gogeta's one still. We haven't used his. Or maybe we won't. Maybe we won't be in there next time because they haven't super attacked as much as I thought they would. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. You know, sometimes you can never be too careful. Again, I don't mind that. I'm not gonna lie, Jiren is kind of blessed in this second rotation. Jiren is blessed in that second rotation. Right, we are going to be super attacked. All the gods need to do, which I don't doubt they will do, is they dodge. That's all that happens. They dodge. They dodge the super attack. We're good. We're also getting a Dokkan attack. They didn't dodge. This is why I slightly prefer Gogeta. This is why I slightly prefer Gogeta. There's a guarantee. We're back and I'm ready to get my lick back. Broly's locked in slot 3, which isn't ideal, but we should be fine. As you can tell by Jiren's health, we We slapped him silly. I think is the easiest way to put it. We slapped him silly on that first turn. There's the dodge I'm looking for. I was going to say, don't do me dirts again. Don't do me dirts again and not dodge. But there we go. They got the dodge this time. Again, this is why I prefer Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, just because there's kind of a bit more guarantee, because damage reduction is damage reduction. Do you know what I mean? Like, he'll be able to tank that. You know, if he doesn't nullify, if he doesn't counter, it's not that deep. You know, in other circumstances, the blues will probably tank that just fine against someone else. Ooh, how's Broly going to be on the AoE without guard? I mean, it was quite a bit of damage, but, I mean, we're still alive, which is good. I'm hoping we survive the rest of the turn. I mean, there's one more AoE to come. And, I mean, Broly is going to super attack beforehand. We do have just over 240k HP. I think now that everyone's super attack, we should be good. Was that a second AoE I saw? Or am I bugging? Was that just the thing moving and am I bugging? Or was that a second AoE? No, there's actually 2 more AoEs to come. I mean, again, I feel like we should be good. Broly and Gohan should be good. Now that they've super attacked, they should be good, even though Broly doesn't have his guard. I mean, Broly's popping off right now. That one dupe I've managed to get in Broly is putting in work right now. It's not going to kill Jiren, but I mean, it's still doing something. Okay, yeah, we're good. We should be fine. We should be fine. Oh, even Gohan's pulling out the dodge. Love that. Love that. Who's locked? Is it Carnival LSJ4 Goku? Yeah, I mean, we just got some healing, which is good. I'm not going to use the active just because it's not needed. It's just not needed. We're getting a Dokkan attack, which is such a waste because Jiren literally has half HP left. We can save it. Get out of it. Get booted. 58 mil crit on a counter. Love that. So what's Jiren doing on this final phase? So he's doing only a mil on a normal. So that's less than before. But he has way more HP with 550 rather than 350. Does 2.2 mil on a super. That's less than before. However, if he does super attack, he does raise attack and defense by 80%. And then disables dodge, which, to be fair, the gods won't be able to do, but I'm not overly fussed because they have type advantage and enough stats to should be okay. And guaranteed crit. So who am I giving this Dokkan attack to? I'm going to give it to the friend because they do have more attack compared to my one. I'm not going to lie, having Gohan kind of locked on rotation with these guys is kind of messing him up a little bit because all the rainbow orbs is stopping him getting like a ton. But this Dokkan attack with type advantage from the blues, this is going to do a shit ton of damage. Pro Dokkan player moment right now. All 7 nodes. I'm seeing 41.6 mil attack stat. Yeah, Jiren, I hope you're ready for this. You're going to need the increase in HP right now. You're going to need it because you're about to get absolutely mollywopped. Hold that. Big 71 mil crit. Now I just need them to additional as much as possible. I mean, they did it against Jiren in the last phase. They super attacked a ton. The friend one honestly popped off, which is one of the reasons why we've done so much damage along with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So I kind of want the same thing now. Especially now they have type advantage. But one thing we still... Not even one. We have all 3. I have all 3 of the Year 7 EZA's active skills still in my pocket. I still have them. So we can still pop off with those and do a ton of damage. Cool. Gohan's taking double digits. All good. No super attack. Good stuff. Love to see it. But I still have all 3 of their active skills. So we still have a ton of damage waiting Jiren if need be. I mean, we're doing enough already as it is, but we still have those nuke active skills. I mean, they're not a nuke, but they hit as hard as a nuke. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. They hit as hard as one. See, this is a scenario where, even though they can't dodge, the blues. It's not that bad because they have so much in terms of stats and they give themselves so much in terms of stats on super when they transform into blue. If they get locked in slot 1 and you have to rely on dodge, yes, more often than not, they're probably going to dodge. But of course, there is a chance they just don't do it. And again, that's why I prefer Gogeta. But here, where there's no guaranteed lock-in, they're good. Do I rotate Broly off or do I just let him chill here? I think I might just let him chill here. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I'd much rather prefer we float him off. Yeah, I'm going to float him off because I'd rather just keep the two SSJ4s together. It works a lot better. It's a much better rotation. Because those two are just going to cook together. So I'd rather just float Broly off. I mean, he does have type advantage. So. Go on, super attack him. I want to see him just counter again. I want to see him counter again. That's what I want. I want Gogeta to counter him again. And just do like a 70 mil crit. Something dumb on a counter. Something ridiculous. Absolutely absurd even. Let me just carry on listing descriptive words to show how stupid it is. Oh, triple. I'll take the triple. It was so nice he had to do it. Not even twice. He had to do it thrice. Hold that. Another big 20 mil crit. Imagine that was the super attack we disabled. It probably isn't because, do you know what I mean? It never is. Funny enough. Getting a disable action, it never is the super attack I've noticed. At least for me. I mean, it's probably happened once or twice, but it rarely happens. But it would be pretty sick if it was the super attack we disabled. I mean, so far we're doing well. If Broly wants to have a turn like he did last time, I mean, he's not going to be hit, so he doesn't get the other additional. But if he wants to do another one, that would be good. Which he is. As I said, that dupe I got in Broly, it's only one. I've only managed to get one dupe in Broly from the 10th anniversary. But it seems to be putting in work for us. Yeah, no super attack. I mean, he might have not super attacked us at all, but we also may have just done enough. We may have actually caught him with the disable. We do have their active. We have godly power active. We're popping this. We're popping this. It wouldn't surprise me if Jiren dies. No, I mean, we did hit the 99.99 mil crit, but unfortunately Jiren didn't die. I'll also pop this as well. Why not? And then this should be power beyond the Super Saiyan. Pretty much done. I mean, the blues have 2.9 mil defense. So it should be enough for them to just go in slot 1. If not, I'm pretty sure we still have Jeetsu's revival. That hasn't been used yet. Oh, they are going to super attack them. I mean, they should be good. They should be good. They have 2.9 mil defense with type advantage. Yeah, 170 on a crit. Oh, you're definitely dead now. Let's not forget, this is also guaranteed crit, but you are definitely dead. All right, you might not be dead straight away, but you're still definitely dead this turn. You're dying right now. Even if you want to be stubborn and survive with a pixel of HP, you are dying right now. There we go. All done and dusted. Jiren got wiped. And there we go. The Power Beyond a Super Saiyan category mission complete. I know I only needed 5 rather than a full team of 6, but I thought, why not kind of run the team off? But let me know how you found this down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a great day, and peace.